G'day guys, and welcome to this week's Q&A at Simply Fit. So the Q&As I want to do weekly, like I explained last week, and I got a few really good questions this week which I'll run through. Got my little whiteboard in front of me here so I can remember what the questions were, be a bit more professional with delivering them to you. So what I'm going to do is there'll be a bit of editing in these videos. I don't like to edit, I like to just talk and keep the video going. But what I want to do is do an in-depth answer to the questions on YouTube, and then I want to go over it and just do a up to 1 minute answer for Reels for Instagram. So if you aren't following me on Instagram, check me out on simplyfit.golgol. I do a lot of content there as well. So between the two platforms, Instagram and YouTube, I think I'm pretty much covered. So first question I got was competing in natural federations. What's it like competing in natural federations which don't really drug test or rarely drug test? So that's a good question. Yeah, I compete in all natural federations which are, supposed to be natural. We all know it's hard to actually test for certain drugs that people will take. The clearance time for the drugs and whatnot, you can do protocols to clear out a lot of it from your system. So we don't know what everyone's doing. But that being said, most of the federations that I compete for, will the judges know or should have an inkling if someone's on gear. So they should be judged accordingly. So if someone is displaying signs of being on steroids, whether it be gynecomastia or a bitch tits, they're called, when your nipple gets that hard ball behind it, it's your breast tissue growing in there. If that's very visible, they should be marked down, and obviously that should impact their score. So it is a bit frustrating because a lot of people are natural in these competitions, and there are the odd people that do steroids and try to cheat the system, and I just have to have faith at the end of the day the judges can see that and they'll be marked down accordingly. So yes, it's an issue. People do like to take the piss and compete in a natural competition, then a week later compete in a competition which is where the drugs are allowed. So yeah, it's annoying. It's part of the sport. I don't let it bother me. It is what it is. Dry scooping pre-workout. What's the point of it, and should you do it? So dry scooping means just putting the powder in your mouth, getting some water, swirling it around in your mouth and swallowing it. So a lot of the younger people in the gym, they're probably the same one that wear the Crocs to the gym, dry scoop the powder and have it that way. In terms of what it does, it absorbs the same. So you can dry scoop if you want to. If you've got your pre-workout in your gym bag and you're on the way to the gym, you just want to put it in your mouth and drink with water, that's fine. I prefer to mix it with water, like 200 or 300 mils of water, add in some sodium or salt, which I'll get into the next question, why that's important, and drink it and enjoy it so it actually tastes nice. The only downside to dry scooping is you have the potential to cause respiratory distress. So if you dry scoop and you breathe in, you can breathe it in and you start coughing, and you can actually hurt yourself doing that. So I don't recommend dry scooping, but it's fine to do if you want to do it. Too much sodium versus not enough sodium. So let's go into quickly what the sodium role in the body is. So number one, it aids in your muscle contraction. It generates your muscle pumps and it helps to retain intracellular water. So intracellular, quickly getting into what that is, people think about intracellular, which is inside the muscle, and extracellular, which is outside the muscle. That's kind of true, but what it is in the muscle, so the bicep here, you have intracellular water in the muscle itself, as well as extracellular water around that intracellular area inside the muscle. So intracellular and extracellular is in the muscle and outside the muscle. So just remember that. So it generates muscle pumps and it retains intracellular water. If you look at my video before, which talks about creatine, it stimulates your ATP, which is your adenosine triphosphate, and your ADP, which is your byproduct or adenosine diphosphate. So the sodium, when you add it to your meals and to your water and drink it or whatever, it actually stimulates the ATP, which is the energy to create the force behind the push. If you have a lot of sodium, you go from having low to having high sodium, it takes around a week for your body to get homeostasis. So a lot of people will be worried that if they're taking sodium, they're going to put on water weight and be bloated. Yes, that is the case at the start. But if you stick to it and you drink a lot of water and you flush your body with water each day like you should be doing, your body creates homeostasis very fast, and the sodium is then absorbed and utilized correctly to create the muscle contraction, better pumps, better look in the gym, better performance. So you need to go through that week of getting into homeostasis again. So sodium has got a direct counter reactor, which is aldosterone. So aldosterone is created in your body when sodium is low. So if your sodium is too low, aldosterone is increased. And there's studies showing that if you reduce your sodium, after 24 hours, your aldosterone is double, and it doubles every day for each time it's halved, or it's doubling every day for every time your sodium's low. So aldosterone regulates your blood pressure, and that does it by managing the levels of sodium and potassium in your body. So as you deplete your sodium, aldosterone is increased. You don't want that. That's going to then muck around with your fluid levels in your muscle and your intracellular and extracellular. So it's very complex. I can get into that more thoroughly in another video if you'd like, so just leave a comment. Basically, sodium, too much sodium, a sign of having too much sodium is basically swelling. So if you've got swelling around the ankles and stuff like that. But also that could be a sign of not enough water with it. So rule of thumb is drink lots of water, take your sodium with your water, have it on your meals, and your body will get homeostasis within a week. It's fantastic. Just quickly, we'll talk about dosages. So if you're training for 1 hour, guaranteed you're going to be losing between 500 milligrams, which is half a gram, and 2 grams per hour you train. So that's quite a bit. What I like to do is before I train in my pre-workout drink, I get my white rock salt, and I put about 5 or 6 grinds in that salt, in that water, and my pre-workout. It gives me maybe a gram of sodium. I'm putting that in before I lose it in the gym, and I'm replacing it straight after in my protein shake, another 5 cracks. So most people can take between half a gram, 500 milligrams, and 2.5 grams per day without issue. And you need to just build yourself up, and don't be scared of sodium. You need to have it in your body to create the pump, to get the veins out, to get your blood flow, and everything is important for functioning for the gym and training as hard as you can by having the sodium. So yeah, sodium's awesome. I prefer to have too much of it than not enough. If you have too much, you just urinate it out. So definitely don't be afraid of salt. Post-workout shake. This is a good question. So is there a window post-workout where you have to have a meal and a shake? So a lot of people will say you've got between 15 minutes, 45 minutes to 1 hour. You need to get your food in straight away because there's that anabolic window where you're going to be absorbing nutrients better, and you're going to uptake the protein better. That is a myth. You have got between 5 and 6 hours after training, and when you have that first meal, it is going to uptake and absorb very readily. So the rule of thumb is you should be having a shake after training just to replace the glycogen that you've used during the session, and you've obviously damaged the muscles, so you need to get them repairing quickly. So yes, have a shake straight away if you can, or a solid meal. I like to have a shake, and then 1 hour later have a meal. That then ensures I'm getting enough protein, enough carbs, enough all the stuff, salt or whatever, to make my body repair quickly. But yes, that's a myth. You don't have to eat or have a shake straight after the gym. You do have 5 to 6 hours where that window exceeds to. BCAAs, or branched chain amino acids, for people that don't train or don't compete but still train, are they good? What's the go of them? So real quickly, you've got essential amino acids, which are here and branched chain amino acids, which is just below them. They're the same thing, but your body needs 9 essential amino acids which it can't create itself. So it needs it from foods or supplements. Out of those 9 essential amino acids, 3 of them have unique branching properties. That's why the name branched chain amino acids come from. So you have 9 amino acids in essential amino acid supplements, and you have the main 3 in branched chain amino acids. So before I move on, essential amino acids are the go-to if you want the best quality supplement. Branched chain amino acids are still fine, but you're getting 3 amino acids, which I'll go into what they are in a second, whereas an essential have all 9 of them, including those 3 essentials, branched chains. So the 3 amino acids branched chain amino acids have got leucine, isoleucine, and valine. They're really important. Leucine boosts protein synthesis, which means the uptake of protein into your bloodstream, into your muscle. So leucine is like a gate. Once you have leucine, the gate is open and the protein can be absorbed much quicker. So that's fantastic. Isoleucine is an oxygen-carrying pigment inside your red blood cells. So it helps create hemoglobin, and it also controls your blood sugar levels. So that's a really good amino acid to have. And then the valine is the same as isoleucine, where it controls your blood sugar, and it also helps to produce energy and help with endurance. So those 3 amino acids, leucine, isoleucine, and valine, are what you get in branched chain amino acids. They're the 3 that you get. You get all 9 in essential amino acids. Like I said, if you want everything, get essential. If you want the main amino acids, get branched chain. It's really a personal preference. Dosage for them, again, 3 to 15 grams per serve. You can have a couple a day. So if you take 3 grams of branched chain amino acids, that will stimulate up to 6 grams of muscle protein synthesis. So you're only drinking 3 grams of the amino acid, but your body is now uptaking, and all its reactions are happening to produce more protein synthesis. So when you're having your food, whatever, it's going to help absorb protein and get it into you better. So I'd say for your supplements, a good basic supplement is just a good quality protein and a branched chain amino acid for sure, whether you compete or not. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I really enjoyed doing these Q&As. If you want any more questions, leave it in the comment section. If you have any questions, get me on Instagram, get me here. You know, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate all of the subscriptions. I've just gone over 500, so we're slowly getting momentum, which is really good. I've got a lot more ideas going. Got a really big announcement soon in the next couple of months, which will be exciting for everybody. But remember, until next time, keep flexing.